What is the hybrid office space? And is it here to stay? Hello, and welcome to another edition of Shine 365, where our job is to help you live a better life. Today, we'll be reviewing an article by the Washington Post entitled, "The Hybrid Office is Here to Stay, and the Shift Could Be More Disruptive Than the Move to All Remote Work," by Gina McGregor. The post-vaccine workplace is taking shape, and for many, it's going to be a hybrid model, allowing more remote work, but with clear expectations that some days during the week, people will have to go into the office. We've had a big reset in the last couple of months and over the last year. Things are changing. Offices are not the same. People are not the same. So let's dive a little more into this office hybrid reset and see what's in store for us. Workforce experts are bracing for a whole new setup of post-pandemic upheavals. In some instances, more transformative than the unplanned move to working from home last March, with some making efforts to avoid pre-pandemic remote work mistakes. But nonetheless, there probably will be mistakes. New video conferencing technology will be added to help in-person and remote workers feel as if they're in a level playing field. But actually, are they in a level playing field? Some people are working remotely for companies and they're not even in the same state. So they can't come into the office. They're living in a different state than the company that they're working for. Managers will have to undergo extensive training to fight against the instinct to give workers in the office preferential treatment. Logistics will be coordinated to ensure those who go into the office don't get there and find the building empty. That's a great point to make. What happens if you're only going to the office 2 days a week and those 2 days happen to be the 2 days that other people are not going in? When you're working hybridly, you have to be ultra organized in order to make sure that you're not wasting people's time, especially if they have a large commute time into the office. A growing number of major employees of white-collar workers have announced return to work plans in recent weeks, outlining a mix of in-person and virtual work that is being described as permanent or the new normal. The investment firm TIAA said the vast majority of its workers would be hybrid, while Target announced that it would be ending the lease on one of its downtown Minneapolis headquarters. Companies don't need large offices anymore. People are going to be sharing desks. If a person's coming in Tuesday and Thursday, then another person can come in Monday and Wednesday. Another person can come in Friday. People are going to be sharing desks. They're going to be organizing certain days in the office, and it's changing things. And I think for the better. People will generally become more organized because they have to. In fact, Lockheed Martin, which estimated that between 40 and 45% of its workforce would be multidimensional. Here's a new term, multidimensional. It's not hybrid, it's multidimensional. We have people in the office, we have people working from home around two different planes. Maybe the home is a little less than the office, but combined, they are multidimensional workforce. This has put its managers through roughly 20 hours of training, because how do you know how to be multidimensional unless you have the training? If we skip down further, the law firm Allen & Overy said recently that it plans to eventually bring its lawyers back into the office only about 60% of the time, but that it won't measure hybrid schedules on a weekly basis. Our expectation, and I quote, is that you will organize your working life so that 60% of that working time over the year is spent in the office. So we have options, and decisions must be made based on those options. Companies are thinking that maybe the 60% balance, and I'm going to highlight this right here, the 60% balance between office and home is the accepted path moving forward. At TIAA, roughly 85% of its workforce is expected to work between 2 and 4 days in the office. So it's an interesting path forward, and it may have its positives and its negatives. But as we move into this new stage, we need to keep our values that we hold dear to us in perspective. Work-life balance is huge. You still want to have time with your family, with your friends. What we're moving to is something completely different. Will those workers that are in the office have a head start on things? Perhaps. Will those workers at home have less opportunities to move forward? Perhaps. We don't know. We're in some new territory. But these are all things to think about as we move forward into this hybrid space. I myself think this is a big opportunity because people are able to live where they want to live. They have more options when they only have to go into the office a few days a week rather than every day of the week. They have more flexibility in their schedules. They have more flexibility in their home work-life balance. And this is all positive to me. But as we move forward, we must keep in mind our priorities. We must keep in mind what's important. I hope we do this responsibly. And I hope we have a discussion, an open and honest discussion about how we can take some of the positives out of this and overcome the negatives and move forward to a better world. If you've enjoyed the podcast today, please give it a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you next time, as always, on Shine 365.